In this video, I'm going to look at how we calculate the area of squares and rectangles. Let's start with squares. Now the properties of a square are that it has 4 right angles between each side, and each of the sides are going to be of equal length. Now when we go to label this, we call each side here a length, which we give the letter L. In order to calculate the area of a square, we use the formula of area is equal to the length times the length, or length squared, which we can write as A equals L squared, or area equals length squared. Now if we've got a problem with a square that's requiring us to calculate the area, like this one here, the first thing that we need to do is record what information we've been given. In this case, we've been given the length, or L, which is equal to 5 meters. Now we record what formula we're going to use to be able to calculate this. So in this case, the area is going to be equal to L squared, or length times itself. So we then substitute our value for L into the formula. So our area is going to be equal to 5 squared, which is equal to 25 meters squared. We always include the units at the end. Now rectangles are similar to squares in that we're going to multiply each side together in order to calculate the area. But rectangles differ from squares in that they've still got their 4 right angles between each side, but only the opposite sides are equal to each other. So it's not 4 equal sides anymore. Now when we go to label this, we label it as this one being the length, or L, and this side here being width, or W. Now to find the area of this, it's equal to the length times the width, which we can shorten down to A equals L times W. Now if we've got a problem that wants us to find the area of a rectangle, our first step is to identify the information that we've been given. So in this rectangle here, we've been given the length of 2 meters, and we've been given the width of 50 centimeters. However, what I immediately notice is the units aren't the same here. To be able to calculate the area of something, we need to make sure that the units are the same. So we either need to convert this 2 meters to centimeters, or convert the centimeters back to meters. In this case, I'm going to convert the centimeters to meters, so this is equal to 0.5 meters. So now we've got everything in the same units, I then record what formula I'm going to use to be able to find the area of this rectangle. In this case, it's the area equals the length times the width. Now I substitute my values, making sure they're in the same units, into my formula. So my length is 2 multiplied by my width of 0.5. Therefore, my area of this rectangle is going to be equal to 1 square meter. So to summarise, to find the area of squares and rectangles, it's going to be multiplying the two sides together. When it's a square, those two sides are the same, so it's going to be length squared. In a rectangle, those two sides are going to be different, so it's going to be length times width. When we've got the problem, it's important to first identify what information that you have in your problem. Second, make sure that all the units are in the same units. And then third, write down the formula that you're going to use to be able to calculate the area. Then finally, substitute your values into the formula and solve what the area actually is.